So that'll be it for that game. And we're going to move on to the final match. The big game, the marquee affair. Manchester City versus Liverpool. The game that you've all been waiting for. Guys, I've done a preview for this match already. Talking to Kyle from Nothing But Reds. Earlier today, I spoke to Doug and Michael Talks Football on Doug's channel. So make sure you go and check that out. The main attraction here is the Combine 11 I got for you guys, man. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do the normal prediction, the preview. And then I'm going to let you guys know what I think. And then we're going to get into the Combine 11. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Liverpool versus, well, Manchester City versus Liverpool. Let me get this one right. Let me get this one correct. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come correct here. So, let me come correct here, man. It will be the last game this weekend. Fittingly, the last game this weekend. And the last match finished. Well, I'm jumping the gun here. I'm so excited to talk about this game that I'm jumping the gun here. The last match for City was a 2-0 win over Burnley and a 1-0 win in the Champions League versus Atletico Madrid. For Liverpool, a 2-0 win over Watford in the Premier League and a 3-1 win over Benfica in the Champions League. So both teams coming off of very, very good results. Very good results by both teams. The two best teams in the league, in my opinion. Even the table tells that story. And they just been the two best teams for the last 5 seasons or so. So kudos to Klopp. Kudos to Pep Guardiola. So in their last 10 games, Man City have only lost 3 times to Liverpool. And I know the Liverpool fans are always hyped and they always feel as if they're going to beat City every single time. But the wins in the last 4 years have definitely been rare. Very, very rare against Manchester City. We have to go back to 2 losses in the Champions League quarterfinal. Some epic, epic matches. Right? Well, Liverpool went on to beat City 5-1 across 2 legs. Well done. You know what I'm saying? Great. Great job. I got to commend Liverpool for that. You absolutely destroyed us. Destroyed us in that Champions League quarterfinal tie. The next game was a 0-0 draw, followed by a 2-1 win for City at the Etihad. Liverpool then went on to lose the final of that was a Community Shield. Nothing major. 6-5 on penalties. And the only Premier League win in the last 10 games in our competition came in a 3-1 win at Anfield back in November 10th, 2019. I could remember that game like it was yesterday. I was at work. I made some reactions as well. Fabinho with that long distance strike. Salah with that header. That was brilliant. And Mane with another header to follow it up. Those goals were very, very hard to take, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a really good win for Liverpool. But since then, City followed it up with a 4-0 smashing at the Etihad. Right? Right, guys? And Liverpool blamed the fact that they had already won the title that came, 2020. That was the year when we had the break, the pandemic. But City said that was no fluke. Followed it up with a 1-1 draw that came the following season. And that season was when Liverpool was actually defending the title. A 1-1 draw at the Etihad. And Man City went to Anfield, spanked Liverpool's behinds 4-1. And this season, we played one of the most brilliant games of football I've ever seen. dominated the first half, but in the second half, Liverpool took the lead twice, but City equalized twice, and the game finished in a 2-2 draw. I think Liverpool should have won that game because of the way they played in the second half. They really should have won the game. They really should have. But kudos to Liverpool for the way they played. Look, this game is one of the most difficult ones to predict. It is very, very difficult game to predict. The record, 49 all-time Premier League matches. It's in favor of Liverpool. 20 wins, 11 wins for City, but there's been 18 draws. It's been a lot of draws. At home for Manchester City, 9 wins, 11 draws, and Liverpool have only picked up 4 wins at the Etihad. 4. This is great. This is great news for City. I know that could change anytime, but you guys understand what I'm saying. It could definitely change anytime. The last time Liverpool won at the Etihad, you got to go to a 4-1 win back in 2015. And that win was, I think that was Jurgen Klopp's first match against Manchester City. Manuel Pellegrini was in charge. And the only players that remain for City that might feature in this game, De Bruyne, Sterling, and Fernandinho. Okay? There's actually no one on the bench. So only those 3 players that featured in that game. While for Liverpool, Roberto Firmino remains, James Milner, and that's it. So only a handful of players left since Liverpool actually pull off that smashing victory at the Etihad. So they will be looking to pull that one off again. It's going to be very, very difficult, but it is possible, man. It is possible. You know what I'm saying? Anything is possible. It is the Premier League we are talking about. It is the Premier League, man. You know what I mean? So, look. In terms of another victory at the Etihad for Liverpool in the Premier League. A 3-2 win back in 08-09. So the wins definitely scanty. 05-06, a 1-0 win for Liverpool at the Etihad as well. And you're going to have to go back very far for 2002-03 for that 4th win at the Etihad for Liverpool. So, you know, well, on the road, I should say, for Liverpool, because, you know, you got to factor in, you know, Main Road in there as well. Let's not forget that. But that's in the Premier League era we're talking about. We're not going back to the first division times. We're not going back to there. But what we know is that Liverpool, they have definitely struggled at the Etihad, or the Emptyhad, as they like to call it, right? Right, guys? Right? Am I right? So I've taken a long time to go through the recent results and everything. And in terms of the managers coming up against each other, this would be the 23rd meeting between Pep and Klopp. And guess what the record is? 9 wins apiece. 9 wins apiece and 4 draws. If it ends in a draw, the battle between Klopp and Pep would go on. And Jurgen Klopp has definitely been one of Pep's fiercest adversaries. Klopp's record against City is not a bad one. 19 games played, 8 wins, 5 draws, and 6 losses. And Pep's record against Liverpool is very, you know, not a great record. 5 wins, 5 losses, and 4 draws. Not a very good record against the Reds at all. So this is a very, very difficult one. These two teams are very, very close to each other, guys. And I mean this. Very close. Very, very close. So, players to watch for me, I'm going to actually go with, for City, Kevin De Bruyne, man. He's our best player. And if we are to win this game, we need him firing on all 12 cylinders. You see what I mean? God, he's such a really, really good player. Famously, he said his favorite team was Liverpool. Remember that? From when he was smaller. And Liverpool fans absolutely love Kevin De Bruyne, man. You know what I mean? He will never play for Liverpool, by the way. Let me just put that one out there. And we need him. We need him, man. He's a goal threat, and he's a provider. Kevin De Bruyne is in that guard tail level of players. For Liverpool, Mo Salah. And he's been the highest goal scorer this season in the Premier League, and he's definitely backed that up with a lot of assists. But as of late, Salah has been going through some things. We got to keep an eye on Salah, man. Salah needs to step up. The goal he scored in the reverse game was absolutely spectacular. One of the best goals we all ever seen. And he's been struggling lately. And I think it's more mental, though. Not qualifying for the World Cup with Egypt. And not winning the African Cup of Nations after getting to the final with Egypt. And both of them were lost on pens. One of them, Salah didn't even take a penalty. And the other one, he skied it into row Z. Or Z, if you're from England. So, let's keep an eye on Salah. But if he doesn't do well for Liverpool, they do have the likes of Luis Diaz, Roberto Firmino, Mane, and of course, Diego Jota to provide them with that goal-scoring threat. In terms of the player availability here for City, Ruben Diaz definitely will be out of this game unless he miraculously show up. Cole Palmer remains out as well with a injury. For Liverpool, Fabinho suffered a cut on his head. And I think he'll feature. I don't think he will not play because of the cut. You see what I'm saying? He's not going to be like, oh man, I'm going to keep out of the City game because if I get, banged up, I might actually, things might get worse here. Nah, he's going to feature. So Liverpool with not many injury problems. I think Divock Origi has been in and out of the squad. But apart from that, Liverpool are very fit right now. And remember I said the key to Liverpool winning the title is for Liverpool to keep a fit squad. And they've endured. They've endured some injuries. They've endured Salah and Mane and Naby Keita going to the African Cup of Nations. And you got to give it to them, man. They've done well enough to stay in the hunt for the title. You see what I'm saying? Kudos to Liverpool, man. Kudos to Liverpool. We needed this. We needed this to give the season that oomph it needed. And it was getting a bit boring. It was getting a bit boring, man. Seriously. It was really getting boring. City running away with that title. Guys, did you know? Can Liverpool go top with win at Man City? Victory for Liverpool would put them top of the Premier League table at the end of the day for the first time since October 1st, 2021. Of the last 8 Premier League meetings between the top two sides to take place within the final 10 matches of the season, a team in second has won 7 times and lost 1. Including each of the last 5 in a row. Wow. Of the last 8 Premier League meetings between the top two sides to take place within the final 10 matches of the season, the team in second has won 7 times. Nah. That's saying that's Liverpool is going to win? Damn. Man City have lost only one of their last 12 Premier League home matches against Liverpool. Winning 7 and drawing 4. Going down 4-1 in Jurgen Klopp's first top-flight visit to the Etihad in November of 2015. 7 years ago. God damn. Liverpool have won each of their last 10 Premier League outings, keeping 8 clean sheets in this run. It is their 5th run of 10 plus consecutive Premier League wins, with each of the previous 4 being ended by different sides. 2-2 versus Bolton in 2006. A 2-0 loss versus Chelsea. 1-1 versus Man United. And a 3-0 loss to Watford in 2020. Man City's Phil Foden has scored in each of his last 3 Premier League matches against Liverpool and could become only the second player to net in 4 consecutive appearances against them in the competition after Jamie Vardy's 5 between 2016 and 17. Anthony Taylor will be in charge of this game. And, yeah. My prediction, guys. Guys, I've already said that this game is going to end in a draw. I think both teams are going to scrap it out. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. The teams are damn good. And I'm not brave enough to predict a win right now for City. I'm not. But one thing I know for sure is that we're not losing this game. We're not losing this game. I think we're more likely to win this game than Liverpool. And if we manage to win this game and stretch that point gap up to 4, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Because I don't see us dropping points in 2 more games if we do win this one. It's a wrap. It's imperative that Liverpool do not lose this game if they are to stay in the hunt. It's imperative for Liverpool, if they want to win the title, to win this game as well. They must win if they want to win the title. And if they do go on to win the title by winning the game against City, I will applaud this Liverpool team and not be as salty as some people may think I might be. Because this team is a very good team. It's a great team. To have such a, good run for such a long time is very, very, very rare. It is rare, man. It is rare. Champions League, the league title. They've won the Carabao Cup this season. They've won the Club World Cup. They've won the Super Cup. 2 Champions League finals. So you got to give it to Liverpool. But for Man City, the Premier League title. You see what I'm saying? Pep has already won 3 Premier League titles, right? Am I getting this one right? Three Premier League titles, the back-to-back and last season, and is definitely on the cusp of winning his 4th. You see what I'm saying? So this is unbelievable stuff, man. Like, these 2 managers have definitely achieved so much, and we gotta actually cherish and we have to appreciate what they've done, because I'm telling you, man, we might not see this again for some time, because look, we saw it with Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson. Now we're seeing it with Pep Guardiola, and we're seeing it with Jurgen Klopp. You see what I mean? So this is Pep's 6th season in charge. The man has finished 3rd, first, 2nd, 1st, and now he's top. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, guys. You see what I mean? And this is to follow up a Bayern Munich, three league titles on the trot, and for Barcelona, 3 league titles, along with a couple Champions Leagues, and the 2nd place. So Pep now has won 9 league titles, guys. 9. It is absolutely ridiculous. From 08-09, the boy Pep has won 9 out of, let me tell you exactly how many, 10, 12. 9 out of 12. So unreal. This is ridiculous. So, for what Liverpool did when they won the title, for what Chelsea did for when they won the title, you see what I mean? It is big. It is huge. For what Real Madrid did for when they won the title, oh man, not a lot of people could beat Pep. And the thing is, people do not give Pep, they do not give Pep the props sometimes. They say, okay, he gets the best teams, he got a lot of money to spend, but you could also get a lot of money to spend and not do a goddamn thing with it. You see what I mean? Look at Manchester United these days. I'm just saying. So let's give Pep his credit. let's also not forget and let's give Klopp his props as well. See what I'm saying? Because he deserves it. He definitely deserves it. And if you guys want me to run through what Klopp has done recently, let me just hit you with what Klopp. It is unfair to talk Pep and not talk Klopp, right? So for Klopp, I'm just gonna talk the domestic league, right? Since he took charge of Liverpool, he has not done great in the league. Let's not forget that. But, you could also say he did not have the best squads for all those years, right? So it's not until he really got his squads together that he really started winning things. Because the first season he took charge, he placed 8th. You know what I mean? Then 4th place, consecutive 4th place finishes, followed by the 2nd place finish by only a point, which is very good, to go on to win the league, something that Liverpool did not do in 30 years. 3rd last season, recovering from the horrendous slump that they went through. Give it up to Klopp. And now 2nd in the league in a title race. We go back to what he did at Dortmund. He won the title in back-to-back years, right? 10-11 and 11-12. The other results were not that great, but 2 2nd place finishes to a Bayern Munich, and I think that was Pep Guardiola's Bayern Munich as well. Maybe one time Pep and the other time maybe a Jupp Heynckes. And that's been it. He's definitely helped Mainz get promoted to the Bundesliga. So he's been around long before Pep in terms of management. He's more experienced. He's done things Pep never did. He's brought teams out from, relegation and everything, you know what I mean? So you definitely got to give it to him. But, I think he also got relegated as well. You see what I'm saying? So Jurgen Klopp has been there. He has done that, and he deserves a lot of credit. Pep Guardiola do deserve a lot of credit as well. 2 great managers, 2 great teams, and I don't think they're going to separate themselves from each other here. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I went so deep into a rabbit hole there, I didn't even aware of it, man. Guys, I do have the Combine 11 coming up, but before we do, look, the teams are going to be separated by a point apiece still going into the last 7 games of the season. What does Man City running looks like? So City do have a second leg against Atletico Madrid with a 1-0 lead. Look to preserve that and go on to the semi-final of the Champions League, of course. They do have a semi-final coming up against Liverpool. So next week, we're going to be talking Liverpool City again. Whether we're going to be talking about who lose or who win, but we still got to talk that FA Cup semi-final, right? Double trouble, man. City do have Wolves, Brighton, Watford, Leeds, Newcastle, West Ham, and Aston Villa. And if you ask me, that's an easy run-in for a team like City with what's at stake right now. But I must put a but there. Points could be dropped. Against who? You never know. That's how Man City operate. 3 losses. 1 against Palace, 2 against Spurs. 4 draws this season. 1 against Liverpool, 2 against Southampton. And the other draw came against who? I can't remember the other draw. Against Palace. So, I said to Kyle recently, I don't remember wins. I don't really remember the wins. I don't remember when we win 7-0 to Leeds. But when we lose and we draw, guys, I remember the games. For some reason, I remember the games. For Liverpool, look, they're second, 2 losses this season, and 6 draws. The losses for Liverpool came against West Ham, and I can't remember the other loss. Liverpool is not my team, but I know you lost to West Spam. You lost to, I can't remember the other loss, but I know you drew to Chelsea twice. You drew to City. So that's 3 draws. I can't remember the other draws. But Liverpool's run in for the rest of the season. Benfica's second leg of the Champions League. They should go on to qualify for the semis to face one of Villarreal or Bayern Munich. Man City in the semi-final of the FA Cup. And then, guys, you got United, Everton. I think these games would be tough. I honestly think these games would be tough. They both have Anfield. They both have Anfield, and Liverpool got the Anfield faithfuls, to back them and everything, to lift them up when they're down. But these games are going to be difficult games, man. Both are derbies. One, a local derby. One's a rivalry, a historic rivalry. Right? The Newcastle game, that's not going to be a pushover. Liverpool do have Tottenham. Most likely Liverpool should beat Newcastle. The Tottenham game, with Tottenham fighting for top 4, is not going to be an easy game. But then again, Liverpool got the ball in their court. And I mean literally in their court. The game will be at Anfield, right? Then it will be followed by the games against Aston Villa at Villa Park. Remember what happened there last season, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen again. I'm just saying Steven Gerrard versus Liverpool, right? Southampton at Southampton. Southampton beat Liverpool recently as well. Wolves at Anfield. I know I might be painting a negative picture here for the Liverpool fans. Liverpool could well go on to win all those games. I'm just saying. But Liverpool got the tougher running. And if they do go on to win the title, it will be even sweeter that they do it. I'm trying to be as fair as possible. I'm going for a draw. But Liverpool do have the tougher running for the rest of the season. We might even see, after the draw, both teams win all their remaining games and City win the title by 1 point again. It's possible. It is possible. It is possible. Yeah, Botak, bro, I know you beat up United, but anything is possible, guys. Anything is possible. Let's not compare the results that has happened already. Let's not say who beat who before. That logic does not work, guys. You see what I mean? Everton did not beat Liverpool at Anfield for God knows when. Same for City. What happened last season? Teams never beat Liverpool at Anfield, went on to beat them last season. I know that's last season as well. So anything could happen, guys. Anything could happen. I know some Liverpool fans might be saying right now, oh man, damn, you're spitting a lot of hot shit out your mouth. It is what it is. I'm talking possibilities, probabilities, permutations here. Anything's possible. May the best team go on to win the title. We'll talk about it in May. But for now, I'm going for a draw. Which brings us to the highly anticipated Combine 11.